Hi there, this is Yoga Amy, and I'm here with Amanda Schmitt, a watercolor artist who is here to chat with us about being creative in the new year. Welcome, Amanda.
Thank you. Hi.
How are you today?
Oh, just fine. We're making it.
Good, good, good. I love looking behind you at all those beautiful creations. Are these all
Oh, thank
projects
you.
that you?
Yes, through the years. Yeah, there's some watercolor, there's some acrylic, a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Well, how fun. It's fun to see the different mediums that you have worked with. So, chat with me a little bit about how you got started into watercolor. Have you always
Yeah.
been an artist?
Have I what?
Have you always been an artist?
I can't say I've always been an artist, but I will say, like growing up, I was always coloring and making things, and getting into like different crafts. And my sister and I like would get highlights. Remember, like highlight magazines, and like I would go straight to the back to the arts and crafts page and make all the like seasonal, stuff that had like for March it was always like shamrocks and glitter, like reused socks for something, like highlights was like ahead of the times for like reusing and up what do they call it, upcycling or something.
Yes.
So yeah, so we were always making things and drawing and all that. So I grew up doing all that stuff. And my mom is very creative and artsy, and my dad is too in his own different way. I didn't know it growing up, but now as an adult, I know like dad is super creative and artsy too in his own way. So I had two very creative parents, and so I grew up with all that, and that was always like my thing. And then I went to college, and then you get a job and all that, and I would say like I got busy adulting and kind of forgot about all that, and I am I'm a special education teacher. This is my
Oh,
14th year, I think. um, so I've been teaching quite a long time. And so a few years ago, it was the end of the school year, and it had been like a particularly like very stressful, heavy year. Although looking back now, I do that year again. Like it didn't seem so heavy now, but but it really was. It was just a hectic, heavy, stressful year. And so by that end of the school year, I was super burned out and just frazzled. And I decided that I wanted to do something for myself, and that was like productive and creative and fun. Because I had, I would think back like some of my summers I had spent like, I'm like, oh, I'm relaxing, and really I just like laid on the couch all summer. I'm like, now I cringe at the thought that like I just kind of wasted all that time. But that summer I was like, no, I'm going to do something like at least fun, productive, and like I could have adds a little bit of structure to my week or my day or whatever. So I decided, I'm like, well, I've always wanted to try watercolor. I had been doing like some hand lettering and stuff like that and playing around with that. And I saw these like beautiful like floral floral reeds and things like that, that I was like, oh, I really want to do that. And so fast forward, I took a class, and the rest is kind of history. So I started. I just loved it. I felt I say that I never had a hobby that I stuck with, and like just it just became a part of me. So so yeah, I don't know what I do without it, especially after the last year or so. Like it's been such a great focus and distraction and blessing and all that. So yeah.
well, that's fantastic. And you, from what I even noticed on your Facebook business page, you have live weekly classes that
Hmm.
you're just painting and sharing, and sometimes people paint along or sometimes they
Hmm.
just watch. Is that?
Yeah, sometimes it's a little small tutorial of a little project that I think people would enjoy. Sometimes I just talk about like materials or just whatever comes to mind. And yeah, we do a lot of painting on there. Yeah, so and that's kind of morphed into my membership, which is called Watercolor Co. It's my I call it my online private or a private online watercolor community. So that all lives on Facebook.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, it's always fun to pop in and watch you paint, and it inspires me. I haven't watercolors in years since college, but I understand the principles and all of that. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
A moment ago, you mentioned something about lettering. Is that so? Not calligraphy, but something different?
No, just like hand lettering, like the brush pens and things like that. Yeah, like the bouncy letters and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's
That
interesting.
was my gateway hobby or art project. It kind of opened the doors.
So that also explains, like in some of the artwork behind you, how you add
Mm-hmm.
words to it. That's
I
cool.
usually do. Yeah, I usually do. I always think like there's this a little something, and usually I could think of like a quote or a saying, or I usually go to a lot of puns. I like puns a lot. So I'll add a pun, like this one. Let's see. Well, this one's sort of a pun. It's like a play on puns, play on words. It's a
Oh,
llama, so it's
cute.
like I love it. Yeah.
Oh,
So I like those silly. That's my mom. I blame her. We love our puns. I get it honestly. So yeah, a lot of my members and the people that hang out with me on Snappy New Day know that I love puns, so they'll share pun memes and stuff with me.
oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. That's fantastic. Now, from what I also understand, coming up in a few days, actually, you
Hmm.
are getting ready to start a little, what it's about florals. It's 3 days.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm calling it's the Fun with Florals 3-day watercolor fest. So it's kind of like a watercolor workshop broken up into 3 days, and I'm going to be showing everybody how to paint some of my favorite florals that I love to do in little bite-sized steps.
Oh, okay. So it's more user friendly. It's good for beginners as well as
Very
intermediate.
good. Yeah,
Okay.
but definitely. I mean, everybody loves flowers. And like I
Yep.
said, like it was kind of one of those things that I got me like interested in trying watercolor. So I get it. So yeah, everybody loves, that if I had to bet, everybody has a Pinterest board that it's like full of like flowers or watercolor flowers or something like that. So a lot of people are interested in it, but they don't always know how to get started. So this would be a really, really great little like jumping off point, and I'll walk you through each project, and you'll end up with multiple pieces of frame-worthy flowers.
Oh, fun. Oh, that
That's what I
sounds great.
do.
See, the thing that I think most people think about with watercolor is that it can start to be overwhelming. Like if you get too much water and your colors become muddy, you go through the process of talking about how much paint to use, how much water to use, and the steps like that, correct?
Right. Yeah, I try and catch all the little things that might trip up newbies. So yeah, it's like all these little things little tweaks that help a lot. So I try and let everybody know like when it's when the best time is to add water, or make it a darker shade, or whatever. So yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. So it's definitely more user friendly and supportive and not here, just follow along and watch me. It's more of the step by
Right.
process. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
you're not on your own. And it'll be in like a pop-up Facebook group. So you'll be watching me live. But I'll also have you'll be able to ask questions and all that, and we'll be, by the time you're done, you'll have something each day that I know you're gonna just be so proud of yourself.
Oh, that's fantastic. So just as a note again, here with Amanda Schmitt, who's a watercolor artist, and her website is posted here. You can take a look at her website. And then starting on January 17, she has a 3-day event that she's doing. And you can get more of those details. You can find it on her website, but this is a direct link to that 3-day event. And then those of you who might have questions, if you watch the replay a little bit later on, just hit #replay, and Amanda will be able to answer any of your specific questions. And I'll make sure I also put the link in the comments so that you can take a look at any of the information a little bit later on. So Amanda, is there anything else you want to share with the viewers today?
I don't think. Well, I will say next week, if you follow me at Happy New Day Watercolor, next week I'm going to be doing on my page for everybody to see. I'm going to be doing I guess you could describe it as like a watercolor 101. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of Facebook Lives next week that deal with like figuring out what watercolor paint's all about, and my recommendations for that, and what kind of paper is best to use, and then all my extra goodies that I recommend for people who are wanting to get started. Because yeah, just even figuring out supplies can be like super daunting. So I'm gonna talk about what those supplies are all about. So that might be really helpful if you're interested in learning more about that too. So. And that's just free. That's just hanging out with me over on Snappy New Day Watercolor.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, well, I will make sure that that's in the comments as well, and we will get any questions that any others might have, maybe on the replay as well, or if those of you who are on right now, if you have any questions, just go ahead and type in a comment before Amanda and I wrap up here. I want to make sure that we give you all the content that you might be in need of tonight. So,
yes.
Good.
Yeah, I was making sure it was next week. Next week is the Watercolor 101. I had to look at my calendar. I was like, hang on a second. Yeah, next week is that it? Wait. Is it?
So is that that's not the one?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Wait.
So it's Watercolor 101, and what date is it going to be on?
It'll be, the first one will be on the 20th.
Okay. And that's on the Snappy New Day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, fantastic. Well, Amanda, as always, it's great to catch up. And if you want to pop in and let anybody else know of anything in the replay and any questions that may come up later on. Otherwise, we've got the information posted here, that bit.ly Fun Florals, or if you prefer to even go back and take a look at Amanda's full website, this is also her full website, watercolorco.com. And you can take a look at any of the information that she has on there as well. Yay. Well, fantastic. Amanda, it's so great chatting with you. And if you have any other events coming up, we'd love to touch base and let everybody else know about that too.
All right. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have a great one. Thank you and enjoy.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.